Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back, fucking finally, to Ace Attorney. I have had this video recorded for months, finally got fucking around to editing. I can't do it anymore. Editing is just not for me. I despise it, so we're gonna be having a little change up in how I do this series. From this point on, I am going to be playing Ace Attorney live. I'm not sure what day I'm gonna do it, so just keep tuned. There'll be an event up on the channel soon, whenever, I figure out what day I can do it, and then hopefully we can get back into the rhythm of things. I want to make this series back, I want to keep doing this regularly. I don't want this to be defunct like Halo was. I don't care for Halo anymore. But I want this to go on. I just can't keep editing it. So I'm going to be trying it out live, see how that goes. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. Now let's get back into let's get right into the actual video.
June 21st, 11:37 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby, number 3. Welcome, oh, fuck. Give me a second. Okay. Jesus. Keep hydrated, kids. It's fucking important. Jesus Christ. That's a lot better. And that is so much better. Holy shit. Alright. Fuck. We're back. I think this should be episode 6, if I know how to count. Well, I mean, it's more memory than that, but whatever. Fuck if I know. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that, Maya's in deep shit. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. I mean, I've been trying to think about the crime, but I really haven't been able to come up with anything concrete. There's just not enough information to really go off. So, I mean, this is the second part of today's trial. Probably the last part of today's trial, unless they want to get real funky and start having 3-part trials. I doubt it, but they could. But, yeah, it's just the start. And, well, usually there's gonna be some big reveal by the end of this trial, because right now, Maya is in deep shit. But we managed to get a much needed respite. However, now Von Karma is bringing in the big guns, and, well, let's just say it's gonna be tough battling our way out of this one, but once we do, it's probably just gonna, reveal some crucial piece of evidence that is really just gonna open up the investigation for tomorrow. So, alright. Let's get going. Let's see what's in store for us. That was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I feel like I was pretty close to dying myself. No, I'm pretty sure we did die, actually.
But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you.
Where did tricked come from, you little bitch? Thanks? Wait, tricked? Exactly!
This must be a lawyer's secret technique, right?
By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of hair. Oh, I guess there's no escaping her, huh? Yep, I'm gonna have to do the fucking accent again, and I hate it. Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sis's ghost will come after you and haunt you. Please don't murder me in a fucking channeling room.
Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia?
It's Mystic Mia Esquire now, Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
June 21st, 11:43 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. Sorry my voices sound a bit off today. I literally woke up like a few minutes ago, so I'm still kind of, in the getting out of bed state, so like my voice hasn't quite warmed up yet. Hopefully I'm doing this right now because it'll help me get my voice warmed up for the Persona 4 stream, which later today. But yeah, my voice is probably gonna be sounding a little off right now just because I just woke up and my voice isn't warmed up yet. So it's just heads up on that. Yeah. Also, by the way, check out our Persona 4 streams every Sunday at 3 Eastern Time. Pretty good. Alright, court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Ow!
I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
Yes, sir!
Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling.
I think calling a photographer is, giving her too much credit.
Witness your name and occupation, please.
Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Just fine.
Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know? Yowza! Name and occupation.
Glad to see her fist isn't... glad to see her whip is a true believer of gender equality. This whip bisexual.
I declare war in tarnation. Hey, Judge, this here's violence against my fair self.
That's fine. What? Okay. Couple of things. First of all, why is Lotta the one having to point this out? First of all, that's deeply concerning to me. And what the fuck, Judge? What the fuck? I'm telling you, this man is into this shit. We've seen it before, right? With Angel Star? Is it confirmed? Are we... I think at this point we can confirm that, Judge, he's into some kinky shit and he's 100% a sub.
That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. Yeah. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet.
Oh shit!
My name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
Now, let's all be one big happy family, okay? Okay, okay, let's stop talking about kinks and, let's move on to murder, you know. Witness's account.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door and then bang, we heard his gunshot. Miss Lawyer there broke down the door, we rushed into that room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in that room.
And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course.
Excuse me?
Reckon course? It's short for ya reckon? Of course I did.
They're fucking rednecks, Jesus Christ.
Ah! Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. I care not for your foolishly foolish...
contractions? It's technically a contraction. Abbreviation? The moment of truth. What will be in that picture?
Let's see here. Here's the picture.
Okay, let's see. Judge, I'm gonna need you to move your dialogue box, buddy. Okay, we'll look at it after the dialogue, once it gets added to the court record, so, It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in the room! Lotta's photo added to the court record. You'll love to see it. Alright, shut up for a second, you fool. Yeah, I know, I'm turning it on, yeah.
Who did you just call a fool?
Alright, let's take a look-see here. Again, the channeling chamber is lit entirely by candlelight. So it would probably not be too easy to try to figure out who is who. Now let's take a look here. Was the murder weapon a revolver? Yeah, okay. Just making sure, don't leave anything behind. Okay, let's see. Oh, that is... I see you. I see. Oh. Oh, dear. That is... very interesting. Okay, what? Hold... Okay. We'll get to what I just spotted in a second. First, let me just look. Okay, so we have the folding screen, that weird altar thing. So we have Maya here, holding the gun, right? Facing away from us, facing Dr. Gray, who is laying on the ground in a pool of blood. Okay, shoes are off. Yeah, that's normal. Okay, yeah, and so everything in this picture actually seems pretty normal, except for one thing, and, if you got that keen detective eye, you spotted it already. It's down here. Do you see this, potted plant, I guess? Okay, so there is a pretty large potted plant situated right in front of the bottom right corner of the folding screen. Okay, that seems perfectly normal. I mean, they're on both sides, right? That just seems like the normal thing, right? It's a potted plant. And I think I've just cracked this whole case, thanks to that potted plant. What is this Danganronpa bullshit? Truth bullet added. Plant. Okay, here we go. This is, as you can see, the bottom right corner. This is the corner where we saw the potted plant, and we discussed earlier how a bullet went through the folding screen here, right? Looking at this, I don't actually think there is any location in this room, other than behind, of course, but we're not talking about that, where you could get a shot off on that would hit the folding screen right there, without also hitting the potted plant. Yet, we see that the potted plant has no bullet hole in it, right? That's just a speck on my screen. You can't even see it. It's, there's a speck right here. But, it's on my screen, obviously. You people can't see it. It's not a bullet hole. So, yeah, so the question here is, how did a bullet fly in this direction and pass through the fucking folding screen without hitting this? Right? Now, that doesn't seem like an obvious contradiction back during the floor plans, because the floor plans are actually wrong and actually show this as being here. But in reality, if we're using this picture as a reference, there is no way that shot could have hit that folding screen without hitting this. This means that at the time of the crime, this was in a different location, likely off to the side or something. You know what this means, right? It's pretty fucking obvious, in my opinion. I think we've found our secret entrance, boys. It's right under that plant, isn't it? All you have to do is move the plant to the side, and there's a hole. I mean, if I remember correctly, the house is raised on stilts. It should be possible to get underneath the house, underneath the channeling chamber, right? You wouldn't need to, like, pre-dig a tunnel or anything. You would just be able to be underneath the house. All you need to do is cut out a square hole underneath that plant. Then, whenever you want to go in, you can literally just push up the plant and push it off to the side. You can do that from outside or inside, and then you can crawl in or out. It's actually extremely simple and a pretty great way to hide a secret passageway. All you need to set this up is a handsaw. That's it. It's the world's easiest secret entrance. Jesus Christ. There's nothing complex about this. So yeah, we figured out, finally. I told you there was gonna be, I told you, we were just missing information. And this picture was all the information we needed. That's the secret passageway. We figured it out. Which means that probably we're gonna have to go check that out and make sure, oh look, it's the secret passageway. Wow, I guess she wasn't the only one in that room after all. I don't know why I did kind of like a half-lotta accent there. Okay, sorry, okay, I'm getting excited here, okay. My detective mode has been engaged. God, I love mystery games. Doing detective shit is my favorite. Okay, are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Oh, I am giddy with excitement. Oh, look at that smiling, smirking face. She truly has no idea of the pain I am about to put her through. These objections bisexual. Well, at least we know the end goal here. It's gonna be to point that out. Not sure how we're gonna get there, though. That's gonna be the tricky part. So, let's see how it plays out. I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Oh, we're doing much more than that, Phoenix.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the
okay, wait, no, I already read this. What am I doing? Oh, we only have 2 health. Holy shit! I didn't know health carried over between chapters. Fuck! Are you kidding me? Oh no! Save! Please save! Jesus Christ! Okay, this is sudden death! We can literally not get anything wrong. Fuck! Okay. Oh no! Alright, gotta go into Danganronpa mode here. Okay, I don't see any obvious contradictions right here, so we're gonna just go ahead and start pressing, okay? Was it really only those 2 that went in?
What are you blathering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the 2 of them?
Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only 2 that went into that room. Hold on! We can't have the defense testifying against its own client!
Anyway, folks, only the 2 of them went to the Channeling Chamber, you hear? But you knew that was that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness continue.
Yeah, okay, just establishing stuff here. Don't get ahead of yourself, prosecution. Was it really a gunshot? Interesting angle to take here, Phoenix.
Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot?
Yes, I think it was it was something that sounded like a gunshot. Anyway, why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler.
I heard the gunshot a long time ago, so I know. I tell ya, that was a gunshot I heard. Now, this is where a story heats up.
My God. Literally making me testify against myself. Fuck you, Von Karma. So, let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down.
Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then?
Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke the door down. Sorry. Please don't whip me.
Why does this feel like an
No one expects the Von Karma Inquisition.
No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man.
Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. A strong man to put me in my place. I love being screamed at. That's why I became a judge.
The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in?
Why the fuck has my character for the judge slowly shifted over the course of these 2 games from I just want to eat my sandwich to now I am into BDSM and I am a bottom? He's multi-layered, okay, guys? He's multi-layered. Oh, what drugs am I on? Jesus Christ. Said it was the dead victim of a defendant waving a pistol. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey?
Sure, I'm sure.
Lana seems awful confident in her testimony. So wait a second on that. Even I can see that any normal person would know who that was. Well, no, obviously not, because she looked completely different. But before I do that, I just want to, it's not good, I should put my life. I just want to make sure, her story adds up. What's worse, I was there at the scene of the crime with her. And her story is exactly how I would have told it too. Yeah. Well, yes, it's exactly how you would have told it, but it's not how she would have told it, if that makes any sense, right? Essentially, that's saying, you can't contradict it. But there is one thing here. The defendant waving a pistol around. She wouldn't know that that was Maya because she looked completely different at the time since she was in the middle of channeling. Now, me, as Phoenix Wright, know how the channeling technique works and instantly knew that that was Maya, which is why this is exactly what I would have said, that that was Maya in there. But Lara wouldn't have immediately known it was Maya. So that's actually really clever wording, game. Props to you on that one, saying that's exactly how I would have told the story. Yeah, it is, but it's not how she would have told it. Oh, that's so good. Lotta, please think back to the day one more time.
What you getting at?
Remember what you said when we broke into the room? I was murdered. Lotta, at a time like this?
Times like these are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya?
When you saw the murderer at the time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct?
Yeah, well, you see.
Order! Miss Hart! You are here to present accurate testimony!
Yeah, sorry.
Good. This shifts things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber.
Oh, and they entered?
One of those two people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was Maya that went in. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. Rats. I'm trapped like one again. Damn it. There's no one else in the room. Are you absolutely certain of that?
Sure am, but that old witch chased us out of the room, so...
Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey?
But there was no one else in there, and, you know...
The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... Behind the folding screen, behind the door, under the floor. See... Not behind the door. That's just dumb. I have a feeling under the flooring is where they actually were, but I'm not sure if we're ready to go that far in. I don't think the court is mentally prepared for this, you know, high IQ maneuver right here. So I think we might have to go with the folding screen as an intermediary measure. But for right now, let's check under the flooring. What about under the flooring? Did you check there?
I ain't no ignoramus to make it out there. I ain't no ignoramus to make it out here.
Huh? What are you talking about? Yes. I had to read that twice. I was like, what? Did I misread that?
Dude, what are you talking about, me? Under the flooring? Come on, even a bug couldn't crawl under that.
Sorry to disappoint, but there was no secret passageway under the flooring. Oh, yeah. That was a bit far-fetched, huh? What, did you check under the fucking pot? Just I thought. There's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough! It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. Okay, so no matter what we picked, it was gonna be wrong. Okay, got it. So yeah, there's the possibility of under the flooring still stands. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if you think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I going to do if I just... Oh my god. I just realized that if Morgan was in on it, that may not be Maya at all. I'm actually retarded. How did I think of this earlier? Because, you know, I thought since the beginning that I thought Morgan was in on it, right? And that she helped set it up. But if that's the case, that actually explains away some other stuff. You know, I've been working under the assumption that, you know, the girl there was indeed Maya Fey transformed into Mini-Miney, right? Oh, I said earlier that I thought that there was a possibility that, you know, during the while Maya was channeling Miney, well, I guess they're sisters, so I should probably use her first name. While Maya was channeling Minnie, Eni worked together with her sister to commit the murder. And that when we eventually went into the room, we did indeed find Maya there. That's not what happened at all, is it? Because I remember that immediately after, Morgan kicked us out of the room, and she apparently handled the depossession on Maya. However, we heard from Mia that Maya likely wasn't channeling at some point. At some point, she was just straight up unconscious because she was dreaming. No! No, she wasn't dreaming! Oh my god! She wasn't dreaming at all! Ah! It's all fitting together. It all fits together so well. If she was in an underground passageway, then it all makes sense. So, okay. So, putting together everything, right? Morgan and Miney were working together. So, let me piece together how it went down, okay? Maya and Gray go into the channeling chamber. While the channeling is being set up, Mini-Miney either comes into the chamber while the channeling is being set up, or she was in there the whole time. Either way, it's something. She ends up inside the chamber using the secret passageway. I don't know if she would have done it earlier, or, you know, if she did it earlier and just hid behind the folding screen, or if she did it, you know, during the channeling or something, right? She goes in, knocks Maya out, okay? So Maya gets knocked out. Then, she moves Maya into she puts Maya inside of the secret passageway, right? And covers it up. She then already came dressed up in spirit medium clothing, which we know she had access to in that box of hers. And she also had her hair done to look like Maya. So, however, her face was still that of hers, but they were sisters, right? So they must have had similar looking faces. So, for all intents and purposes, she looked like a combination of Maya and herself, which under the low lighting conditions of the channeling chamber, could easily be mistaken for, for Maya channeling her sister, right? So then she, dressed up as Maya, commits the murder. And so I thought that the time didn't make sense because it was like, so how did she kill him, then get the blood on Maya, and get out of that room, all within like the 30 seconds that it took me to break down the door? It makes no sense. It doesn't make sense, obviously, because I was wrong. She didn't have to do any of that, because when we broke into that room, who we saw there was not Maya. It was Eenie Meiny dressed up as Maya. That completely fixes the time discrepancy. Not to mention the fact that, right after that, we were kicked out of the room, meaning that the only people in that room were Morgan and Eenie Meiny. Assuming Morgan was in on the trick, then they take Maya out of the secret entryway, right? They do a costume change, right? They put Eenie Meiny's clothes on Maya, and then they just leave her there. So then when we come back, Morgan is like, oh yeah, I did the depossession, so she looks like her normal self now. She's, still but now she's wearing the bloodied clothes that Eenie was wearing while committing the murder. And now we all think that it was Maya the whole time. If Morgan is in on it, it all lines up. From Eenie Meiny's involvement, to the potted plant moving, to, how the clothes fit, to the timing, to who actually pulled the trigger, to Eenie Meiny, all down to the fact that Maya is looking away from the camera in this picture. I think we've cracked it, boys. I think we may have cracked it here. Sorry, I get easily excited by this kind of stuff, okay? Alright, let's keep going. What am I going to do? I can't just let this go. What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. You've just stood there for like a good 5 minutes. Like, looking like you were deep in thought. If I make one wrong move, I'm gonna have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in this photo? Let's see. I don't think we have anything. I legitimately don't think we have anything. Unless maybe the key? Other than maybe the key, I don't know what we would present, so I'm gonna go with no. Well, Mr. Wright! Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really shouldn't you really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just said I didn't have the evidence. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. Yet. That's enough! Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think it's quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you, totally 100% impossible. Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense. This is where it's gonna happen? Is Mia gonna come in and save the day? Phoenix! Yep. Phoenix,
You can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Mia? That's Pearl. Channeling Mia. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But Pearls? Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? It's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? I'm more concerned about what you were unwilling to tell me. Dr. Gray. Click. All right, let's look at it. Oh, that's clever. She's covering up the potted plant. I was murdered. What? Lotta, at a time like this, she took 2 photos. Sounds like these are perfect for snapping up shots. She took 2 photos. Yet the prosecution very deliberately has only presented one of them! That's mighty fucking sus, don't you think? Hit him with it, Phoenix. You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle. Mia. Question Lotta one more time, Nick. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. I would like to request that the witness testify one last time. The court will hear from her one last time. And then I'll teach them how to say, not guilty? Yeah, works. That's close enough. Overruled! Natty! You bitch! Alright, Phoenix. Stab him with your pointy hair. You know, satisfy his kink. Butter up to him. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination is already ended. Furthermore, It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. I'm sorry, what? Francisca? Are you pulling an Edgeworth right now? Are you, secretly trying to help me out? Or are you just a cocky little bitch? I'm trying to get a read on her, because when it came to Edgeworth, it felt to me very obvious the fact that he was secretly trying to help us out. However, with her, it's a bit harder to know if she's, actually cares about finding the truth like Edgeworth does, or if she's just that cocky to the point of stupidity. But, we'll see. Von Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? But, I have some place I must go after this. I need to eat my lunch. Oh, all right, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more, what happened when you burst into that channeling chamber? Okay, you got it. See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. Kinda scary. Not gonna lie. Alright, part 2, the witness's account. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was, kinda scared of the dead body, so I didn't get a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. I still managed to point the camera at Maya and take a shot. Nothing sounds different from before. Some part of her testimony was very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. Witness account, part 2.
Point the camera at Maya and take a shot. All right, only one picture though. Two, right?
Two what?
Two shots. You took two shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you have been withholding?
I don't know if, actually. No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil.
Well, at least she knows herself. Then why have you not shown the other picture to the court yet?
Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut up my trap about it.
What? Von Karma! Miss Von Karma! You're hiding critical evidence? Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this? You're as bad as your father. Nah, I want a piece of the fun. Your Honor, the defense asked the prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yes! Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair.
Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child?
I was too angry and I lost my composure. Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court?
I thought this picture was not important, and thus I felt no need to submit it. That's all.
That same defense.
How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second?
Oh, I assure you it was not the same.
I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence.
More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? Watch it, there's gonna be a critical piece of evidence in this picture. But she's just too stupid to realize it. Or she's just playing it off really well.
If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it.
Okay. I'm about to have an aneurysm. Okay. What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture the witness took of the day during the scene of the crime.
Can I get a nice look at it? Okay, right, see, that is, that's supposed to look like a Maya in the middle of channeling, right? It has Mini Miney's face if we actually check the profiles. Where is she? She's got those same, like, I guess, JoJo-shaped eyes, I guess you could say. They are very JoJo. The question is, how do Mini Miney's eyes look? Because in her profile, she actually has her eyes closed. We're actually going to need to see exactly what she looks like with her eyes open to see just how much she looks like her sister.
Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
I think the important here is the person in this picture. This is most certainly not Maya Fey. No, I'm gonna have to agree with this. I'm gonna, I could lie and say, oh yeah, this is not Maya Fey, but no, it obviously is. It's just, she's in channeling, right? I'm not gonna be petty and lie about shit like this. This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I? Or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? See, the thing is, if I insist that it's not Maya, like, yeah, on the surface it might seem like that makes sense. But we know that Franziska is actually familiar with the Kurain channeling technique, right? So she shouldn't have a hard time arguing that that is indeed Maya. Thus completely tearing apart my argument. I don't think that my argument should be that on the surf that, you know, by clearly looking at her, you can see that it's not Maya. Because if I go down that line of reasoning, then it's essentially going to seem like, oh, it obviously looks like it's not Maya, when in reality it is, right? That's going to be like the turnabout. We want the turnabout to be in our favor. We want it to be like, oh yeah, we want the first impression to be, that's Maya, and then turn around to be, or is it? Hey, Vsauce, Phoenix here. I'm gonna drop the issue for now. It gives me, because right now the judge is very clearly on the it's not Maya train, which means then Von Karma will try to be like, no, it actually is Maya, and then I'll be like, no, it actually isn't, right? We want the last laugh here. It's no good. We've been through this so many times. This is not like you, Mr. Wright. Why are you not objecting? The person in this photo is clearly not the defendant, and yet... Ha ha ha. There's no way he can raise an objection and hope to live. Explain yourself! Your Honor, I would like for you to look at this picture. Yeah. This was taken yesterday at the detention center visitor's room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But... isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. And so you have chosen death. Oh my god, this is so easy. It's so easy. Get the judge to argue my case for me, then get Von Karma to contradict him, just to put her in a situation where I can tell her that's fucking wrong. Oh my god, the mind games I'm playing on these fools right now. Jesus. It's not fair. I'm too good. I'm just too good. It's unbelievable that she can. Yet it is the truth. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. In fact, look, that child from earlier is now clearly a grown woman. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Mia. Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks as though we've been had. I don't claim to understand, and I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end, but if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that this person is not Maya? Oh. It might be the key. Your Honor? Oh, the fire has returned into your eyes, I see. Coming back. This picture. With this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction? So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep.
Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange about this picture?
Oh, fuck. We can't even look at the court record. Okay, oh, fuck. I think I've sealed my fate here. I have to pick something. Shit. Ah! Contradicts everything. Everything. Nani? Nani the fuck? There's no bullet hole. There's no bullet hole! What? Wait, this kind of throws off my theory, doesn't it? So there are actually two different bloody outfits? What? Okay, this kind of throws a wrench into my theory, but sure. Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? Okay, I'll talk about what this means for my theory after we're done with this chapter, okay? Back when we're in the menu, okay? We'll talk about it then. But there isn't anything odd about it! And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there? Ah! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma! You intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Alright, this should do some major damage to her argument.
Don't celebrate yet.
You like to bring down the mood, don't you?
Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face.
Ah, she's got the condescending grin plastered all over her face again.
Jumping to the gun again, I see. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of these incompetent fools.
Oh, what do you mean? And what incompetent fools?
If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known this picture was of any value to this case.
I see. She's lying through her teeth and I know it. That woman knew everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything.
But you can't prove that. Franziska Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If he must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure the detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion.
Poor Gumshoe. At this rate, he's gonna have to pay to work. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by the strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright?
Truth bullet time, what? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Alright, we're officially using our truth bullet. Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. This picture is fake, the bullet hole was made later, the shooter is someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order! If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial.
Ow! Ow! Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess!
A complete mess? I fail to see how. The only mess I see here is your argument. So please enlighten us.
Hey, witness! Ah! What the heck? Is that a way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you! This whip bisexual! You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room!
She's fucking mad.
Well, you were lying. I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see! Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you? Ah! I swear, I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That's right. Now hurry and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright! Come on, you can't fall apart here, Miss Phoenix Wright.
I can't believe that Maya's calling me my full name. Mia, fuck.
But I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now?
To turn things around? What?
That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix?
So, where did this intruder appear from? And where did Maya disappear to? Right. Don't think did the, intruder appear, but assuming the intruder did appear, what about the crime scene would change as a result of that? Don't look for the cause. Look for the effect. Let's see. What if before we broke in, a third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left the room somehow? I can prove that either one of those conditions were true. Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is third person had entered it, Maya had left the room. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than the detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room. The black key. Alright. It has to be the key. Because the key was somewhere else. Take that! Miss Hart, do you remember this key?
I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside of that.
The defendant herself locked the door.
Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. The key was only one of its kind, after all.
Oh, what of its kind, you say?
Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Yes. It looks like she's catching on.
I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then that key should have been with her. Oh yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest.
Ah! Well, ain't that a kick in the head? How come you're holding it?
I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! I love this game. It seems to have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that the person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. Understand? I've never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough! If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. I have a sandwich to go eat. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. June 21st, 1:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis?
Yeah, I felt like I had no choice.
Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Huh, Nick. I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room.
I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know. They don't, but I know how. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you.
Ah, I envy the two of you.
Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. All right, Pearls, you ready to buy some tickets?
Ticket?
Poor thing, so sheltered. To be continued. Oh, that was good. That was good. That more than makes up for that fiasco from last time. All right, yeah, that more than makes up for that horrible situation from last time. But yes. Oh my god. Oh my god! What the fuck is happening? Okay, so for the most part, it seems like we've confirmed my theory that the person in that picture and whom we met was not Maya Fey, but rather someone else, probably Eenie Meiny, dressed up as Maya Fey. There are a few issues, though. So we still aren't sure of the mechanics of the situation, right? How it actually went down. That's fine. I'm pretty sure I have a good handle on how it went down. Even if I don't have it exactly, I have a pretty good idea, and I think I'm gonna be pretty close to the truth. I'm very confident in my assessment of the situation. However, what's and you know, for the most part, I think everything here is lining up as I have predicted. There's really only one, like, issue
with the whole thing? Because what I had predicted during the channeling, Maya was knocked out by Eenie Meenie, who was dressed up as Maya. So then, from Dr. Gray's perspective, due to the low light condition, what it looked like was Eenie Meenie. I mean, the doctor was there with Eenie Meenie, but from the doctor's perspective, it was, you know, it looked like Maya channeling Eenie Meenie, the nurse. So then, the altercation goes down, right? Likely as we have suggested, right? Meenie goes after him with a knife, stabs him, he shoots her, the bullet misses, flies, and hits Maya, who was at the time laying near to the folding screen. Then, well, it doesn't hit Maya, it hits her, costume. Then, Meenie wrestles the gun from the doctor and kills Dr. Gray. After that, we burst into the room, we see her there, she pretends to be Maya in the middle of channeling. Morgan kicks us out of the room. Meenie changes out of the clothes and escapes and changes back into regular clothes. You know, now, this is where, now, up until that point, I'm pretty sure I got everything right. The difference here is that, I had predicted that after that, after we left, Eenie Meenie and Maya changed clothes. That's how Maya ended up wearing the bloodied clothes, and how, Eenie Meenie ended up unknowingly taking the key out of the summoning chamber, right? So I'm gonna have to restructure my theory here, because according to this, they didn't actually swap clothes. She was wearing the same clothes, because if she was taken in with the bullet, and was wearing the clothes with the bullet holes, it means that the clothes she had on when she was apprehended were the same clothes she had on when the bullet was fired. Honestly, I didn't even need the difference between the two clothes to realize that. I'm just an idiot, right? Because that bullet, because we established that she had to be low to the ground when that bullet hit the clothes, we know that those clothes, that Maya never changed clothes. Right. I should have seen that from the very beginning, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. Okay, but thankfully now we've established that, we've corrected my theory, so now how does that actually fit together? Well, I think up until that point, up until the point Phoenix and Lotta Hart get kicked out by Morgan, I think up until that point it's still the same. The difference here is that rather than changing clothes, they instead make it so that Maya, they instead cover Maya's clothes in blood. Huh. I mean, I suppose in that case the blood pattern would look different in the in the picture and the costume, but I don't know. So yeah. Okay, yeah, I think this does muddy things up a little bit more, because it So Maya was taken out of the room, lost the key, that was taken back into the room. Her clothes were covered in blood. And the switch was done, and then Meenie changed back into her regular clothes. Okay. Not exactly how I thought it went down, but honestly, pretty close. I only got messed up on the clothes switch, but it's really a minor detail. Like, yes, it does kind of make a, you know, like, if there was no clothes swap, like, it's 100%, like, I'm able to, like, see exactly what went down. The clothes swap does slightly complicate things, so I don't have as good a grasp on the situation as I did before. So I'm definitely gonna need some more info in order to, like, you know, fully establish just how everything went down without a clothes swap. The clothes swap would have definitely made things easier. However, at the end of the day, it's not huge, right? Even if the clothes swap completely changes the latter end of the situation, right? Or I guess the lack of it completely changes the latter end of the situation. At the end of the day, the important part, which is the fact that Inimini was disguised as Maya, committed the murder, used a secret trapdoor, and Morgan was in on it the whole time. That whole situation does not change if there was a change in clothes, or there wasn't. So at the end of the day, the overall situation is still the same. I fucked up on like one minor detail. So I'm still pretty happy with how it turned out. But yes, I guess we're gonna have to see. I guess next time we're heading back into the investigation, hopefully we get to look further into this secret passageway theory. And hopefully we'll actually get Pearly to tell us where exactly she found the key, because that's going to be very helpful. But yes, that's going to have to wait, because I'm done for today. We're already an hour and 40 minutes in. It's obviously going to be a lot shorter, because, you know, there's a lot to cut out, but sure. Alright. Well, this is exciting. This is shaping up to be a very good trial. A very nice one. It might actually become one of my favorites. Quite possibly. If it, you know, because so far it's starting off very strong in some aspects and very weak in some other ones. I want to see if they can, you know, keep up the strong points and tone down the weak points. I think this has the potential to be one of the greatest trials. I still don't think it's going to be Rise from the Ashes, because Rise from the Ashes is fucking... Well, if you're here, thank you so much for watching through this video and hearing my crazy theories. You know, I love this game, and I love being able to share, you know, my enjoyment of it with other people. So, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed, please like and comment, and if you're new, subscribe so that you get notified when the next one comes up, as well as when we just post more content. And yeah, see you in the next one.